from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News broadcast. We are coming to you live from the Rupavahini News Studios. I'm Delanjali Ananda.
Good evening, I'm Clifford Richards. First of all, we take a look at the headlines.
Results of scholarship examination released. Commissioner of Examinations say the performance of the students is high. Minister Bandula elaborates on the program of rebuilding the country. Minister Hari Fernando says that cricket has become a diplomatic issue. 2,519 new nurses join the nursing service. Mahao Exhibition will recommence after 10 years. Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza runs out of oxygen and water.
We're moving on to the top story. The results of the Grade 5 scholarship examination has been released.
Results are now available at the official website of the Examination Department of Sri Lanka. 332,949 students sat for the scholarship examination this year. Commissioner General of Examinations Amit Jayasundara says that 50,664 students have obtained pass marks at this examination. Results are now available at the www.donits.lk or www.results.exams.gov.lk websites. 20,000 students will be selected for scholarships. Out of the amount, 250 scholarships will be set aside for students with special needs. The examination department has also released cut-off marks according to the medium of the language and districts. If any student wants to do the recorrections, appeals should be made online from the 27th of this month to the 4th of December. Further details on results can be obtained by dialing hotline 1911 and the section of school exams through the numbers 011 2784 208 or 011 2784 537 or 011 2786 616 and 011 2785 922. The cut-off mark for Sinhala medium in Colombo, Gampaha, Kaluthura, Kandy, Matale, Gaul, Mathura, Kurunagala and K-Gaul districts is 154. For Hambantota and Ratnapura districts, it is 150. Polonnaruwa, Badulla and Mularagala districts cut-off mark is 149. It is 148 for Ampara, Putlam and Anuradhapura districts and 146 for Nuwara and Trincomalee districts. The lowest cut-off mark of 145 is for the Mannar, Vaunia and Mullaitiya districts. Minister Susil Premchand said that the examination was held on the 15th of October and the results were promptly released within 1 month amidst many challenges. The Minister of Education expresses gratitude for the examination department, teachers and all persons who supported this endeavour. 5 students have taken 198 marks each for the first place. Some people criticize the exam is difficult to the students. However, they have answered the exam positively and got higher marks. Commissioner General of Examinations Amit Jayasundara said that the appeals will be considered and issued corrected results without delay. All results sheet will be issued at school level in future. A certificate will also be issued to the students mentioning the marks they have obtained.
But today is the 4th day of the second reading debate of the budget. Parliamentarians expressed their views in the House today as well regarding the Supreme Court decision that former Presidents Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Mahinda Rajapaksa and former Finance Minister Basil Rajapaksa and some others are responsible for Sri Lanka's economic crisis. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa says that many parties are under the opinion that civil rights of the set of people who deliberately allowed the country to be bankrupt and who proven guilty of violating human rights by the Supreme Court will be deprived. The President can do this through a presidential committee. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that the Honourable House has the ultimate power of handling money. The Central Bank and the Finance Ministry acts in pursuant of the basic principles and rules passed by the Honourable House. Presidents and Finance Ministers act in line with these principles and rules. Therefore, outsiders cannot question the rules passed by this House.
කවර ජනාධිපතිවරයෙක් හෝ කවර මුදල් අමාත්‍යවරයෙක් හෝ ක්‍රියා කරලා නැහැ. මේ ගරු සභාව බලය පවරා දීලා තිබෙනවා ආර්ථිකය අඩාවැටීම හෝ පැවැත්ම පිළිබඳ පූර්ණ බලය ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහා බැංකුවට මූල්‍ය ප්‍රතිපත්තිය පිළිබඳ. ඒක ගැන අපිට එළියේ ඉන්න පාර්ශ්වයන්ට ප්‍රශ්නයක්වත් නගන්න බෑ කියලා මේ ගරු සභාව නීතියක් ලෙස සම්මත කරලා තිනවා. විවස්ථාව අර්ථ නිරූපණය
Parliamentarian Lakshman Kiriyala says that only the Supreme Court has been vested with the power to interpret the Constitution. Therefore, this decision is ultimate. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that the Parliament is supreme. Don't attempt to create conflicts among the legislature, executive and the judiciary. The Supreme Court has given its decision according to the facts submitted to it. Parliamentarian Andukumar Dissanayaka says that this team seem to have taken legal advice from Bandulu Gunawardena. There is a parliamentary select committee to look into how the country's economy collapsed. However, the committee is now useless since the Supreme Court has given the correct decision for the reason of the collapse of the economy. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that he was selected to the law college but couldn't continue the attorney's exam. However, as a degree holder in economics, he has been able to teach the subjects to tens of thousands of students. For an example, there is a long-term Foreign Exchange Control Act. Under the provisions of this act, capital account cannot be freely moved. In a small country like Sri Lanka, the capital account should not be kept open as it may affect foreign assets, treasury bonds and other foreign investments. In one instance, the Supreme Court ruled a decision to free the capital account. After that, many foreign investors withdrew their foreign reserves deposited in Sri Lanka, increasing the foreign reserves to the bottom. For this reason, no one can say that the Supreme Court is responsible for that matter.
මම මුල ඉඳන්ම ස්ථාවරයක් දරුවා මේ ප්‍රාග්ධන ගිණුම ලංකාව වගේ පුංචි බාහිර කම්පැනියන්ට ඔරොත්තු නොදෙන රටක ප්‍රාග්ධන ගිණුම නිදාස් නොකළ යුතුයි කියලා. පනතක් ගෙනාවා නෑ ඔබතුමාලගේ රජය යටතේ. පනතක් ගෙනාවා මේක නිදාස් කරන්න. ඒ වෙලාවේදී මම ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයට ගියා විපක්ෂයේ වෙනුවෙන්. අපි කිව්වා මේක කරන්න දෙන්න එපා. මේක කළොත් මේ රටේ විදේශ වත්කම් වල හා භාණ්ඩාගාර බිල්පත් ඇතුළු අනිත් දේවල් ආයෝජනය කරපු ආයෝජකයෝ යම්කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇති වුණොත් තායිලන්තයේ සෝරෝස්ලා ගෙරිච්ච වගේ ගෙඩියයි කියලා. ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයේ තීන්දුවක් දුන්නා අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරපු කරුණු සියල්ල ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කළා. විනිමය පාලන පනත සම්පූර්ණයෙන් නිදාස් කරන්න. මේ ඇතිවෙන අර්බුදය ඇතිවෙන්නේ ඒකේ හේතුවක් තමයි මේ විදේශ විනිමය යන්තම් හෙල්ලෙනකොට භාණ්ඩාගාර බිල්පත් වල අනිත් තිබුණ විදේශ විනිමය ඔක්කොම අරන් ගියා. අපේ සංචිත බිඳුවට හිතුණා. එතකොට එහෙනම් මට කියන්න පුළුවන් ද ඒකට වග කියන්න ඕනේ ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණය කියලා. ඒ තීන්දුව දුන්නේ කවුද ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණය? මේ ආර්ථික
Parliamentarian Lakshman Kiriyala says before the Supreme Court decision, the UN Human Rights Commission in the last meeting stated that Sri Lankan government is responsible for the current economic crisis.
economic crimes.
Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that President Ranil Wickremesinghe is also following the policies followed by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, which were proved wrong by the court. Former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa had consulted leading international firms of economic expertise to solve this problem. 20 companies came forward and the French Lassau company was selected by a cabinet subcommittee headed by Professor G.L. Paris at that time.
තීරණය ගත්ත එක වැරදිද? ඒ තීරණය ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ ජනාධිපතිවරයාට දඩුවම් දෙන්න ඕන තීරණයක්. එතකොට මේ සඳහා විශේෂඥතාවයේ තියෙන ලෝකේ සමාගම් 28ක් ඉල්ලුම් කරනවා. මේ අර්බුදේ විසඳන්න උපදේශාත්මක සහාය දෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. 20ක් ක්වොලිෆයි වෙනවා. 20 දෙනෙන් කවුද තෝරගන්නේ කියන එක පිළිබඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක් එනවා. ප්‍රශ්නේ ආපුවාම ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ ජනාධිපතිතුමා कैबिनेट सब कमिटी पत् करना महाचार्य GL पीरिस मत्तुमा पत् करना सभापतिवरයා වශයෙන් එතුමන්ලා තමයි ප්‍රංශයේ ලසාඩ් සමාගම තෝරගත්තේ.
මේ රටට කිසිම ආකාරයක Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says that the government has not allowed any firm to import low quality fuel to Sri Lanka. Fuel stocks are properly checked prior to unloading. The opposition leader is attempting to mislead the country by spreading wrong information.
ප්‍රමිතිය ප්‍රශ්න තියෙන. ඒ ප්‍රමිතිය පිළිබඳව ප්‍රශ්නෙට හොයන්න ක්‍රමයක් තියෙනවා නම් හොඳයි කරු කතානායකතුමනි.
මේ රටට
Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa says that it has been proved that a part of the stock of fuel imported to the country was substandard. He said that he made this statement with the aim of suspending the distribution of controversial stocks of fuel. Minister Kanchan Wijesekara rejected that no such stocks of fuel was unloaded or distributed. Minister Prasanna Ranatunga says that the opposition has dual policy on two court decisions. They expressed totally different views regarding the rule given by the courts with regard to Sri Lanka cricket. At that time, they even criticized the judiciary when a court ruling is advantageous for them. Then they praised the courts, he said.
Minister Harin Fernando says that cricket has become a diplomatic problem in Sri Lanka. Debates were held in the parliament over this matter today as well. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa proposes to set up a forum under the title of Parliamentarians for Sri Lanka Cricket. Then all 225 parliamentarians will have the opportunity to conduct an investigation into Sri Lanka cricket in pursuant to standing orders of the parliament. Minister Harin Fernando said that some parliamentarians are attempting to gain political mileage through cricket. However, we all in parliament should understand the fact that even the ground boys and other minor staff that come under the game of cricket are unable to draw their salary due to the ICC ban. He said that he has no objection against Sports Minister Roshan Ranasinghe changing the formation of Sri Lanka Cricket Board. However, the relevant procedure should be passed as an act through legal means. The President has had a telephone conversation yesterday with Jay Shah of India, the person responsible, and discussed regarding this matter, which has become a diplomatic issue at present. Jay Shah's father is Amrit Shah, who is said to be a close ally of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Therefore, this matter has become not only a political crisis, but also an international dispute. On the other hand, some opposition elements are attempting to gain political mileage through this problem. If the ICC ban is not lifted, Sri Lanka will face many problems. In January next year, teams are scheduled to visit Sri Lanka for the Under-19 World Cup cricket tournament. If the ban continues, Sri Lanka won't receive any money from the ICC. Mr. Kanchan Wijesekara said that the entire parliament should get together to get this ban lifted. If it continues, Sri Lanka cannot play Under-19 World Cup here. If the ban continues, we can't even play divisional cricket. Therefore, we all should work together to prevent this becoming an international issue.
2,519 new nurses were recruited to the nursing service today, and they were given appointment letters at the ceremony held at Temple Trees under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. Well, the appointment letters were given to 2,018 nursing students who completed 3 years of course successfully. The new nurses will be deployed for vacancies in the hospitals island-wide that come under the purview of the central government and also the provincial councils. The aim of this recruitment is to maintain a quality and praiseworthy treatment service for patients. Chairman of the Public Services Nurses Union, the Venerable Muruttettuwe Anandathera, Health Minister Dr. Ramesh Pathirana, State Minister Dr. Sita Arbepola, and State Minister of Indigenous Medicine Sisira Jakodi, and many others were present at this occasion.
Mahapal Educational and Trade Fair will be held at the Jaila Public Grounds from the 13th to the 17th of next month. The aim of this fair is to raise funds for the Mahapal Scholarship Fund. The Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Food Security has organized this event. A media briefing was held yesterday in this connection. Mahao Exhibition was initiated in the 1980s and held in almost all major cities in the island with musical shows and many other cultural events. Trade Minister Nalin Fernando says that the exhibition this year will also be held under various themes. Minister Nalin Fernando said that this is a movement started 45 years ago. From Minister Lalit Adulatmudali initiated this movement to raise funds for the Mahapal Scholarships program. He has laid the foundation to continue this development project even after his demise. Even though it is a difficult task, the government will continue it, overcoming the challenges.
A lecture was delivered yesterday at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute SLFI to mark the 56th commemoration of the late D.A. Rajapaksa. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa and his family members participated at this event. This has been organized under the patronage of former Vice-Chancellor of the Pali and Buddhist University, the Venerable Professor Ittademale Indusarathera. Professor Dhananjay Gamlath of the Postgraduate Institute of Archaeology of the University of Kelaniya delivered the D.A. Rajapaksa Commemoration Lecture. He discussed the evolution of the Indo-Lanka relations since prehistoric eras. Senior lecturer of the University of Kelaniya, Sanjeev Pathirana, delivered a short history of the late D.A. Rajapaksa. Foreign diplomats and public representatives were also present at this occasion.
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that there will be no future for us if we can't adjust ourselves to suit the changing world order. He made these remarks at a ceremony held in Kaduela today.
The construction of the overhead bridge that connects primary and secondary sections of the Kumaratunga Munidasa Vidyalaya in Kaduela started this morning. This is constructed under the direct labour contribution of the RDA. This overhead bridge is a long-felt need for students of the school. Parliamentarians Premanatsi Dolavatta, Major Pradeep Undugoda, Director General of the Road Development Authority S. Veerakun and many others were present. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that there is no future for the country unless people work hard. After 74 years of independence, the country has become bankrupt. All the former governments had constructed roads under foreign aid. Now that no foreign aid is given to the country since we pay back the loans obtained.
We have more news from home in brief. The police special task force today arrested a suspect with a container of cigarettes imported without paying taxes. The arrest was made near the Kalanithisa power station in Grand Pass police area. A stock of illegal fags with a street value of 10.04 million rupees were there. 420 pregnant women were provided with lunch and essential commodities to mark the 78th birthday of the former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. It was held at the Gampa District Secretariat. Chief Government Whip, Minister Prasanna Ranatunga and other SLPP members of the Gampa District have organized this program. The 16th edition of Colombo Motor Show International Vehicle Exhibition was opened at the BMICH premises in Colombo today under the patronage of State Minister Rohana Dissanayake. The exhibition will end on the day after tomorrow.
Well, the director of the National Dengue Control Unit, Consultant Dr. Nalin Aryaratna, says that the tendency for the spread of the dengue disease has increased, and that's because of the onset rain, which creates the environmental factors for mosquito breeding. Director of the National Dengue Prevention Unit, Consultant Dr. Nalin Aryaratna, says that the primary vector of the dengue fever is rampant in urban areas. Therefore, people and relevant authorities should take prompt measures for effective management of garbage and to prevent the spread of the dengue mosquitoes. Well, the Theatre 7-2023 Child Drama Ceremony was held yesterday at the Theatre of Western Provincial and Aesthetic Centre.
Many children who showed talents and skills in many fields of drama sector were felicitated with this ceremony. The awarding ceremony was held under the patronage of Governor of the Western Province, Marshal of the Air Force, Roshan Gunatilaka. It was jointly organized by the Western Provincial Council, Western Provincial Ministry of Education and Western Provincial Aesthetic Centre. Aim of this ceremony is to provide practical and theoretical knowledge to students who study drama and theatre as a subject of school education. Directing teachers and students to create drama is another motive of this program. This was held under the title of Best Things Are for Children. The talented students were selected under 3 rounds since last March, and they were honoured with prizes and certificates at this ceremony. We'll be back with international news after this break.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai. Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
Director of Gaza Strip's main hospital raided by Israeli soldiers says the facility has now run out of oxygen and water and patients are screaming from thirst.
Mohammed Abu Salmiya said that the conditions were tragic in the Al-Shifa hospital, where there are more than 650 patients and also 500 medical staff and 5,000 displaced people. Well, the World Health Organization (WHO) says cases of disease in Gaza are significantly higher than expected as a result of people crowded together in shelters. It's also warned of worsening epidemics as winter approaches. More than 70,000 cases of acute respiratory infections and over 44,000 cases of diarrhea have been recorded in the densely populated enclave, according to a WHO representative for the West Bank and Gaza. The UN has confirmed it is not bringing into Gaza today because it cannot communicate with the staff on ground, with phone lines and internet down for the second day, and there's not enough fuel for distribution. The Israeli Defense Forces says it has recovered the body of the 19-year-old Israeli Corporal Noah Marciano from a structure adjacent to the Shifa hospital. Corporal Marciano was one of about 240 hostages taken by Hamas gunmen 7th October, which killed 1,200 people.
The Chinese state media reports that at least 26 people have died after a fire tore through an office building in northern China. The fire at the 4-story building in Luliang City, Shaanxi province, broke yesterday. Of the dozens evacuated from the Yongzhou coal industry joint building, 63 people were taken to hospital. Chinese President Xi Jinping has instructed that hidden risks in key industries be investigated. Chinese President, who is currently in San Francisco for the APEC summit, also told authorities to safeguard people's lives and property as well as social stability, Global Times reported. State media earlier reported that the fire was under control. Video posted on China's social media platform Weibo by the state-run Beijing Youth Daily showed flames and thick smoke coming out of the building. The blaze broke out in the province that is the country's largest producer of coal. Industrial accidents, including fires, often occur in China due to lax enforcement of safety standards.
Well, authorities in New York have seized more than 1 billion, that's $1 billion American dollars worth of fake products, said to be the largest haul of counterfeit goods in the U.S. history. Well, the officials say that they seized roughly 219,000 fake handbags, shoes and other luxury items in the massive haul. 2 men have been charged with trafficking goods, which the police say was done out of Shortage Locker in Manhattan. If convicted, they face up to 10 years in prison. New York Police Commissioner says the trafficking of counterfeit goods is anything but a victimless crime, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York arrested 2 men. The pair ran large-scale counterfeit goods trafficking operations from January 2023 until late October. According to U.S. Attorney's Office, photos released by authorities show the showrooms packed with knockoff luxury bags, wallets, sunglasses and more, which amounted to an estimated manufacturing suggested retail price of approximately $1 billion American dollars.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
Now in sports news, Sri Lanka Cricket today donated 10 million rupees to gold medalist of Asian Games Tharushi Karunaratne. Sri Lanka Cricket has also offered cash prizes for the rest of the medal-winning players and the coaches.
The Sri Lankan athletes won a gold medal, silver medal and 2 bronze medals at the Asian Games held in China. The ceremony was held at the Sri Lanka Cricket today under the patronage of Chairman Shammi Silva and Chairman of the Athletic Association, General Palitha Fernando. Coach of Tharushi Karunaratne was given a sum of 2 million rupees and the coach of silver medalist Nadisha Lekamge was given 1 million rupees. Nadisha was given a sum of 5 million rupees by Sri Lanka Cricket. The rest of the medal-winning players were offered 1 million rupees each. Sri Lanka Cricket allocated a sum of 28 million rupees for this purpose.
Now, Australia qualified for the finals of the World Cup one-day cricket tournament for the 8th occasion this year. Australia achieved this target by defeating South African team in the semi-final match yesterday. The match was played at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata.
South Africa won the toss and decided to bat first. South Africa were all out for 212 runs in 49.4 overs. Henrik Klaassen scored 47 runs. David Miller scored 101, claiming his 6th ODI century. In bowling, Mitchell Starc and Pat Cummins claimed 3 wickets each. In reply, Australia passed the victory target for the given wickets in 47.2 overs. Travis Head scored 62. Earlier, Australia have qualified for the World Cup finals for 7 occasions and won the cup in 5 occasions. Australia is the only team that has won this title for 5 times. The final match will be played between India and Australia in Ahmedabad on Sunday, the 19th of this month.
We have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel Eye. I'm Nilanjali, together with Clifford, signing off. Good night.
Good night.